Happy Frugal Friday, K-Squad! Part of frugal living is spending sparingly on things that don't bring you a ton of value so you can spend joyfully and unapologetically on the things that do. Just because we're frugal doesn't mean we don't spend. Here are 7 ways to spend mindfully and make guilt-free purchases this year. Number 1, the first thing I'm gonna do if I wanna quit overspending and buying unnecessary things is review any post-purchase regrets. Take a second and think about, can you think of anything off the top of your head that when you bought something, like the return did not match the price that you spent? Like you spent a certain amount and the joy was not there, or the use of the item was not there. I have an example right off the top of my head. A little while back, I bought this piece of exercise equipment, this home gym, if you will, and I thought, this is the thing. I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna be fit, I'm gonna use it all the time, it's gonna be totally worth the money, this is gonna be the answer, the sheer answer to all my problems. And guess what? It was not. In fact, I ended up bartering with that piece of equipment for some fitness lessons down the road because it was just not something that I was using. It was not practical. It was large and bulky, even though in the ad, it made it appear that it would just fold up neatly and slide under the bed. That thing didn't slide, my friends, and it did not take up a little amount of room. It was so big and bulky. Anyway, I digress. It is definitely a post-purchase regret that I can remember. So what if you're not sure? I would go into your checking account, look into your checking in your credit union or your bank, and just scroll through your purchases and take a look. Is there anything when you look at it, you go, oh man, I didn't really get the value that I expected out of that, or that, or that. Scroll through or look at your tracking sheet for your budget, however you are able to look at these items. Look at what you've spent and just think, are there some things that you could have gone without? It's good to have a baseline of what made you feel good spending and what made you feel not so great. Number 2, avoid shopping for your fantasy self. I have been victim to this many, many times. You might think your fantasy self is the source of reasonable purchasing, the explanation of why you need the things, because your fantasy self acts this certain way. Your fantasy self uses these things, but your true, beautiful, perfect, just the way you are self is not actually participating in these things. Do you know what I'm saying? The key is to shop for what you actually need, not what you wish you needed. For example, say you're watching Top Chef or Chopped and you're thinking, I am really going to attack my cooking culinary skills, and you see this cool mixer and you're like, if I had that mixer, I would make incredible things too. So you buy this big mixer in your kitchen and you put it on the counter, and then you never use it ever. Maybe that one time. So you can say, I did use it that one time. But you don't want to shop for your fantasy self. You want to shop for your true self, the things that are truly useful, the things that you actually are going to put into action and not be wasted. Shop for what you actually need, not what you wish you needed. Like maybe I would purchase a selection of bathing suits thinking, well, in the future, my future self is gonna go on all these lavish vacations and I'm gonna need a new suit every single one of these. And guys, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going many places. I don't need that many bathing suits. You get what I'm trying to say. You might fantasize about being a certain way, and there's nothing with striving for being the way that you're looking to be, But in the meantime, if you don't want to waste your money and you want to quit overspending on things that are unnecessary, take this whole concept into consideration. Number 3, do an inventory audit. Look at some of the areas of your life, maybe clothing, maybe home repair, whatever it is that might need some upgrading, or you really do need some things in this area. What's worn out? What needs repair? Take a look throughout the house and consider all areas of your life. For example, for me, my deck needs to be replaced. I had a hunch when I first purchased my home that this might be one of the things that I needed to address sooner than later. And this has come to fruition. This summer, it was discovered that the wood is starting to rot out. It is not safe. So this coming spring, I have to get my deck replaced. So that is certainly something that I need to work into my budget to fix so that we can enjoy our spring and summer and fall out on our deck. I'm going to choose to put this ahead of some other things because I think this is important for our home. Number 4, make a wish list. This is a very fun thing to do because then you are narrowing it down to the things that you need next or you want the most. Go ahead, get out a piece of paper or get a blank sheet going on your computer and write out, after you've already considered any regret that you've already experienced, and you don't want to repeat that. You are being realistic. You're thinking, hey, these are the things, this isn't for fantasy self, this is for me. This is for me. Or your family. You've done the inventory audit. You know what you've got. You know what you don't have. You know what will enhance your life or really add to the value of your days by making this wish list. If it were me, I would put my needs first, followed by my wants that are at like the top of the want list. Keep a running list of the things that are most important to you so you can reference them easily and you can keep your eye on the prize. Again, the point of this video is we're trying to quit overspending on unnecessary things that don't really bring a lot of value. Now we've got our list and we know what we're going to focus on. Number 5, review your budget. Hey, one of my favorite topics, of course, is budgeting. What's your budget looking like and what do we need to adjust to fit these things into our budget? If we've got a wish list of our most important needs and wants, what do we need to finagle? What do we need to reduce? What do we need to add to get these things into the budget? If you're looking for some help in creating your first budget, I will leave a few videos in the description for you to watch next. I'm actually in the middle of teaching a 6-part budget series. Currently, I will leave all those links down below to get you on the right path so that your budget is your most effective and most productive this year. If you've made it this far in the video and you're looking to quit unnecessary spending, type in the comments, quit it. Number 6, implement a waiting period before you make a purchase, especially if it is something that you're kind of going back and forth on, you're not certain, you're not a heck yeah. And sometimes if it's not a heck yeah, it's a no, you guys, but let's just keep going with this concept. If you implement a waiting period of your own choosing, some people always do 30 days. They'll put something in their shopping cart and they will wait 30 days. I just saw another creator recently that says she sleeps on it for 7 nights. She leaves 1 week waiting time before she makes an educated decision. So this is something you're gonna have to decide on your own because everybody's different and everyone reacts differently to time frames and deadlines. And the reason for this personal waiting period of your choice is sometimes you just have to bide yourself a little time. Sometimes you have to put a little space between you and the purchase because sometimes the excitement fades or sometimes something else comes up in between and you're like, I don't really need or want that at all. So sometimes if you just give yourself a little time to think it out, sleep on it, and really know that that is something that you want to purchase, that could be the difference between wasting your money and spending strategically. Number 7, If you're trying to quit overspending and buying unnecessary things, take a temporary online shopping break. It is so much easier to click, purchase than it is to create a little friction between you and a purchase by going into the store. Am I right? If you're trying to quit for a bit, try an online shopping spending freeze. Do not buy anything online for a certain amount of time until you are comfortable. In the meantime, like I said, create that friction. It takes way more time to put shopping in your schedule. It's gonna cost you the gas to go to the store. You're going to have to be looking for what you're looking for. It takes more effort. It takes more motivation to get everything ready to get to the store than to just click, boom, it's done. Another benefit of this is if you're an online shopper that returns everything, are you one of those people? Because I know some of those people that just buy, and then if it doesn't fit, they return it. And returns, for some people, you guys, is a thing. And I'm not saying don't return things if it's not the right thing, but there's a lot of time spent in returning. Raise your hand if you're one of those people. I know, I have some friends that returns are part of their weekly routine. So when you go in person and you actually try things on, or you touch, you feel, you see, less likely to return things. And now my favorite part, it's your turn, K-Squad. Take a second, go into the comments, and leave us a tip that you personally practice on how you have learned over the years to quit unnecessary spending. If you were once an overspender and now you're starting to get it under control, holler at us in the comments, let us know what you're doing so we can all read it and get more tips. On this channel, our subscribers, known as the K-Squad, come every single Friday for their weekly dose of frugal inspiration. If you are not a subscriber yet, please hit subscribe so you never miss a video. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button. It helps my channel a ton, and it gets these videos to other people interested in the same topic to grow our community. If you liked this video, I'm gonna leave another video for you right here to watch next. See you next week, K-Squad. Bye.